Response continues to pour in about our exclusive New York State Exposed report on sex offenders being moved to area group homes. We've been hearing from so many people, including homeowners and town leaders, who say they're concerned about the safety of their communities. And now, for the first time, two men who worked where these sex offenders lived are speaking out. Today, they spoke with Brett Davidson. Brett is live in the newsroom with the exclusive interviews. Brett?
Janet, those two men worked at the Monroe Developmental Center and came forward separately after seeing our New York State Exposed reports this week. I sat down with them today, and both tell me they fear some of those sex offenders once living at the institution are not suited to be in community settings.
The reason for me doing this is to protect those individuals that are within these group homes and within the communities who can't protect themselves.
This man says after seeing our exclusive reports on sex offenders being placed in local group homes, he felt compelled to speak out. And how dangerous are these individuals?
They're as dangerous as you can imagine.
He should know. He's a former longtime employee of the Monroe Developmental Center, an institution in Brighton for people with developmental disabilities. He asked us to conceal his identity because he's still affiliated with the state. We'll call him James. James says he's concerned the men he dealt with at MDC are now being placed in settings that could put neighbors, other residents, and staff at risk.
A lot of them, based on their history, could be physically and or sexually aggressive if not monitored on a regular basis.
Our investigation uncovered 12 medium and high-risk sex offenders who were in the secure area of MDC known as the forensic unit, segregated from the other residents. Their crimes ranged from attempted rape to sexual abuse of children. When the state closed the institution at the end of December, the sex offenders, all men, were transferred to group homes throughout western New York, including Scottsville, Palmyra, and West Seneca. In a statement last March, when the closing of MDC was first announced, the governor's office told News 10 NBC, quote, any individual deemed to be a sex offender or a threat to the safety of a community would never be placed in a setting where they could harm themselves or others.
Wow, that sounds poignant and powerful, but I didn't see it.
Neither did this man, who we're calling Todd.
Some were definitely not ready.
He also worked at MDC and asked that we conceal his identity too, because he still works for the state.
Some were definitely not ready.
Some of them expressed that they were afraid to go out into the community?
Yes.
What would they say?
That they were just scared. They didn't know what to think. And be bluntly, some just were like, I don't know if I'll do what I did before.
I also saw that within the last 6 months of the operation of the building, it seemed like we were in a rush mode to want to get these individuals' paperwork adapted to make them more acceptable.
We, as the people that worked with them every day, didn't feel that they were ready.
You think they were fast-tracked?
Definitely.
Both James and Todd say they're concerned that the group homes don't offer nearly the same level of security, and the staff there are not specifically trained to work with violent sexual predators.
I believe that unless the state really closely monitors this, I believe that there will be a high failure rate within the communities with these individuals.
We're going to continue digging into this story and bring you any new developments that we uncover. In the meantime, the state does have an alert system you can sign up for that will advise you when a registered sex offender moves into your neighborhood. We've got a link to that on our website at WHEC.com. Just click on this story. Brett Davidson, News 10 NBC.